Let's talk about a CPAP.
Crystal, take it away.
I pass away each night when I'm sleeping. Several times an hour. And apparently that's not good, so I had to get what's called a CPAP. And if you're wondering, have I had sex with it on? Yes.
Hey, y'all. Go see Tammy live on tour in Grantville, Pennsylvania, and then go get tickets and Trailer Tales merch at eatmytrash.com. And go see our pal Jeremiah Watkins live on tour in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Boston, Massachusetts, and Springfield, Colchester, Connecticut, New York City for Stand Up on the Spot, Columbus, Ohio, Houston, Texas, St. Petersburg, Florida, Batavia, Illinois, and every second Tuesday of the month at the world famous Comedy Store in LA for Stand Up on the Spot. Tickets at jeremiahwatkins.com. All right, thanks.
It's time for Trailer Tales.
Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Trailer Tales. I'm Dave Gunther.
And my name is Crystal.
And I'm Tammy, okay? And welcome back to another episode of our regular weekly podcast, Trailer Tales. Thank you guys for being here, okay? We love you. All right, because listen, if they weren't watching this right now, guess who we'd be talking to? Ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because I got better things to do than talk to myself.
Can you imagine if we were not recording the show and we were just holding microphones and just talking to each other?
I used to do that as a kid, dreaming about this.
I used to do that in the mirror, but it would be like a comb or a brush.
Yeah. When we'd go to, Crystal would drop me off at church on Wednesday nights. She'd drop me off after our little church gathering. When they on the stage, they have the mics and they have like a band set up and stuff. I'd go up there and just talking to the mic, dreaming about talking into a mic one day.
Talking about talking into a mic, last night we got a little bit wild, and I can hear it in your voice a little bit because the karaoke session went a little bit long last night.
I was about to say, I'm not even sick. I was just, my throat's raw from karaoke.
Yeah.
Okay, I was throwing out the bangers. Creed, Nickelback, POD. Only 3 bands I sing to.
And she don't sing feminine stuff like Celine Dion, Rihanna, Mamas and the Papas. She don't sing that stuff. She sings hard hitting masculine vocals.
Exactly.
Somebody pranked me. Hasn't claimed it yet. And I had to sing Sheryl Crow's I Feel Like a Woman.
You did good, though.
I know I did good. That's not the point, though, is they said, coming up next to the stage, Dave Gunther, and I'm already up there. And then, bam, bam,
yeah.
Let's go, girls.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the top.
It brought down the house, though, didn't it?
You brought down the house, and I
Yeah.
wish I would record it for the Instagrams, but my phone had died. People would love to see that. You got to redo it.
Sometimes
The best part of being a woman. Sorry.
You did better last night.
Why are you acting like you don't like it, but you're putting on a full...
Oh, drive me crazy.
The feminine energies.
I've been hanging out with y'all too much. I'm getting too good at singing Sheryl Crow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the roles have reversed. You're singing feminine stuff. You're singing manly stuff.
Right. Right.
Give me my body back.
Huh?
Give me my body back.
I've had this body since I was 8.
Yep.
8 years old. Height, tits, everything. I really have. You know that.
I remember.
You know that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember when I busted your trampoline and your dad got so mad at me?
Yeah.
Y'all got a new trampoline after tax season. Remember that?
Well, okay. When you started jumping on the trampoline, like I thought it was fine, but then she tried to double bounce me. So then there was more weight on there because I got on there too. And then I had jumped up, and then she touched the floor of the grass, and then it started splitting, and then it started going.
And we were what, 7, 8?
Yeah, 7.5, 8. Yeah. Yeah, and then all those metal coils.
Dangerous.
I'm surprised they didn't hit nobody in the eye, but they didn't.
I mean, I still have a scar.
Yeah.
I still have a scar, I think, onto my collarbone or something like that. You see
Right
it?
there.
You see it?
Yep, right there. Yep, your left side. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's from the trampoline.
Yeah. I walked away, no injuries. But your dad had just bought a brand new trampoline, and he was not happy.
And we couldn't afford the netting around it.
No.
It was the 90s. We didn't do stuff like that.
No.
I guess who had to hear about it? Me. Like, I wasn't the one jumping on it. Why do I have to pay for it?
All right, you shouldn't. And you didn't.
Sure didn't. Don't call me and say, oh, Tammy just annihilated our trampoline. Okay. Get a better quality trampoline.
Right, your dad should have got a better quality trampoline.
Well, sorry, we couldn't afford the top of the line trampoline.
I mean, you have it 24 hours and a 7-year-old busts through it like that. Get a better quality. Don't get an Equate trampoline. Tell your dad that.
He got it at a garage sale, okay? It's not like he got it at like an official place like Walmart or something who stands behind their products. Walmart.
So it came pre-broke is what you're saying. They got rid of it because it was on the verge of breaking.
Now, I think you're giving a little bit too much credit for yourself and a little bit not enough credit to the trampoline.
Okay, that made no sense, but okay. We don't got to fight about it. We can move on.
Yeah, it already happened.
Yeah, that happened, God,
over 25 years
I was
ago.
about to say 30, hitting
Almost.
30.
You're
Yeah,
gonna make me cry.
30
I
years.
don't-
Maybe
That's a long
30
time.
years
I've known
ago.
you.
we've been recently talking about going to different locations for the podcast. Maybe we go to one of them big trampoline places where every surface is a trampoline.
So every time we're talking to each other, we're just
Yep.
jumping around.
Yep.
That'd be fun.
I mean, that would be fun. I would get winded as shit.
Well, we could take breaks.
Yeah. Jump, take breaks, calm down, and then say a few words, and then repeat the process.
When was the last time you was on a trampoline, Crystal?
Oh, it was quite a few years ago, and every time I'd go up, urine would come out. So I haven't been on a trampoline since. And I don't know what it is about women's bladders and trampolines when you get older. I don't know if it's gravity or what it is, but as soon as I went up, urine would come down.
You ever made love on a tramp?
I wouldn't say I made love. I have had sex on trampolines.
There's a difference.
There is a difference.
I've been railed on trampolines. It's very much like getting railed on a waterbed.
Well, that's more just...
But it doesn't provide good
Friction.
good
You can't
friction.
get good
It's
friction.
more of just pounding. It's not a lot of give and take.
Yeah. Oh, don't move your hips like that. Oh, God. I'm having flashbacks. Do not move your hips like that. You're grossing me out. Jesus.
When you
grossing
make
out,
love-
a.k.a. turned on.
No.
Bing, bing.
When you make love, do you grind it like that?
It depends if I'm playing Genuine's Pony. It depends if I'm playing Sheryl Crow's Feel Like a Woman. Or depends if I'm playing Jimmy Eat World. Are you listening?
That's a random one to play.
I don't know why I like playing that song during lovemaking, but I love me some Jew. Jimmy Eat World, come on.
Okay. I never thought to play that song during f***ing, but I would try it. I'm a music listener while pounding.
Oh,
I like to listen to music.
now what's one that we, as known you a long time, would be maybe surprised that you play on your playlist during, making the love?
Spice Girls, When Two Become One.
That's beautiful.
But if you think about it, it's right there in the lyrics. When two become one.
It's the best making love song. Now, I don't have sex to that song. I will make love to that song.
Which song you having sex to? Raw dog, hard hitting, pulverizing your pussy songs.
Nickelback and Creed. Animal.
You ever? Oh man, yeah. Classic.
Is there another song to out there? If so, let me know in the comments.
Hero is pretty good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
By Enrique Iglesias.
Well, that's a different hero, but
That's a good one.
I can be your hero, baby. That's a love making song.
Yeah.
I can kiss
Away
away
the
the pain, and I will stand by you forever. You can take my breath away.
I hate it when you look at her like that.
Would you dance?
If
I asked you to dance, would you cry? If I asked you to cry, do you say no then? Have I lost my mind?
I would
won't
fuck
dance.
Enrique and his dad, Julio.
Now that would be.
Which one first?
Enrique. Because me and Julio would have to slow it down because we're both older.
Dave, can I bring something up? You seem a little too happy right now. And for some reason, I just feel like bursting your bubble.
Why? Why do you want to burst my bubble?
Well, because
You
I
used to do that in the cafeteria all the time. Anytime I had a pizza bubble. Anytime I got the crust with a little bit of extra cheese on the crust, you know who would break it? Her. Pop. Come over. She would sometimes pick it off like a skin flake and throw it in her mouth and be like, that's mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got the most interesting email I think we've ever gotten.
I don't like how your tone is freaking the crap out of me right now.
Well, maybe this little story will ring a bell. Okay? Level of urgency, 11 out of 10. Not a scam. Okay, that's the subject line, not a scam, in all caps. You ready?
Yeah?
Hello, Crystal, Tammy, and Dave. I know that you were scammed recently, so I'd like to assure you right off the bat, this is not a scam. My name is Courtney. 6 years ago, I blew Dave in the bathroom at Olive Garden. We were strangers, and we never saw each other again. The next day, I found out I was pregnant. That's right, David. You're a papa. Now listen, I know you can't get pregnant from a blowjay. I'm not stupid, but I did swallow, and I did not have a bowel movement for several days after that. So the sperm had plenty of time to explore my body and make its way down into the uterus. I'm asking you to send $3,000 so that we can build a strip mall in our town because our son loves strip malls and he would like to have his next birthday party at one. We're also trying to add a carport to the trailer because he gets sunburnt when I forget him outside in his wheelchair. If you're asking for proof that he's yours, here it is. Number 1, he looks just like you, Dave. I've attached photos that I took myself. 2, he's so flat-footed, the doctors say he'll never walk. That's why he uses a wheelchair. 3, he farts a lot, exactly how Dave farts into his microphone. The child farts into all of our drinking cups. Every time I make a glass of sweet tea, it tastes like farts. All we ask for is $3,000 to help build the strip mall of his dreams. Please send money via Walmart if you ever want to see him again. Thank you. Bless. God bless.
Where's the pictures? I won't see him.
Don't tell me that doesn't look just like Dave.
Interesting.
Looks just like you.
No, they don't.
That is you.
No, that's not. Do you want me to say what it actually is? I know exactly what that's from.
What?
That stills from the movie Joe Dirt.
No, it ain't. It's
Yes,
pictures
it is.
of a
That's
child.
screenshots from the movie Joe Dirt.
That's
That's
pictures
not
of a
a script.
kid.
What are you talking
That's
about?
pictures of a kid.
I see. Yeah, Joe Dirt as a child.
Did you get a blowjob in the Olive Garden bathroom 6 years ago? That's a nice establishment. What are you doing stuff like that in the bathroom?
I don't remember going to an Olive Garden 6 years ago. Wait.
You have a child.
And I'm telling you right now, I want nothing to do with this $3,000. That's coming out of your share.
My aunt had a divorce party at an Olive Garden 6 years ago.
Yeah, what happened there?
And I didn't think I nutted in her mouth.
Well, it found its way to the uterus. It found its way.
There ain't no way that that's my child.
How do you know?
Did you see the picture?
Are you accusing her of blowing multiple dudes in the Olive Garden bathroom?
Yeah, it was a weird family reunion that day.
David, you have a disabled child that you don't take care of.
Don't say that about me. Don't put that out there. There's no way.
Are you positive there's no way? Are you positive that's not your kid?
There's no way that I put my stuff in a woman's mouth and then she's pregnant from it.
It can happen.
Is she breadstick Mary that miraculous, or she was a virgin and then it just all of a sudden appeared in her belly? It mixed with the bread and then it became a bread baby and now that baby can't walk?
She said she didn't bowel movement for days. The sperm found its way down to the uterus.
From the stomach to the uterus.
It's all in the same area.
I can't believe you are a deadbeat dad. I'm disappointed in you, David. You have a child that's disabled that you do not take care of.
I might have been sold had it not been for the photos that were attached.
Look just like you.
It says on the bottom, it literally says Joe Dirt if you look closely from IMDb on the movie. Look at it. How can y'all not see that with your eyes? How are you taking this woman that you've never met before in your email?
No,
yeah.
I see it, but it does look Photoshop that she put the Joe Dirt in there to throw you off.
You think she Photoshopped the Joe Dirt
Let me look at
screenshot? It says it right there. Yeah, so I'm guilty of getting a beach in the bathroom of an Olive Garden. Yeah, that did happen to me. Yeah, that looks a little bit like me.
Okay.
That's the actor Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle with some kind of bad mullet on.
I'm starting to believe Dave.
What does this say at the top? I can't read it.
It says Baby Joe Dirt from movie in the Google search. It says it on there.
I still think you should get a test to be sure.
I'm not doing
Because
no
she said
Jerry
she's
Springer episode where we bring on some random lady and say, he nutted in my mouth in an Olive Garden and I was pregnant 6 days later.
Well, she said she's not scamming.
Oh, then she must be telling the truth then.
You are upset.
Hey, Tammy, I'm not upset right now. Oh, see, anybody can lie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't
Bring it in.
want to take it out on y'all.
Bring it in.
I love y'all, okay?
If I get a blowjob,
If I get a blowjob
in an Olive Garden bathroom and a lady gets pregnant, I will not get mad on my podcast about it. I will email the lady back and say, let's get a paternity test.
Paternity test.
Paternity test. I'm going to be real with y'all. Paternity tests are very expensive. I think you're better off just paying the lady $3,000 Walmart gift card and being done with it. Paternity tests can run anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Every episode of Jerry Springer, they're spending $50,000 an episode of Jerry Springer on paternity tests.
I bet he gets some sort of bulk discount.
Or Maury.
Bulk
Maury.
discount.
Oh, yeah.
And they probably have a scientist on staff that can analyze data.
Yeah.
We don't have that. So my recommendation, and I'm not an attorney, is to just pay the $3,000 instead of, and just be done with it. And write in the thing, I do not want anything to do with this disabled child. I am disowning it.
Wait a second. Wait just a second.
Huh.
Crystal is giving me some interesting advice real quickly.
Okay.
Just saying, pay the $3,000 without us really mulling it over and us talking about it. And I noticed recently that Crystal has some new stuff at her trailer. That she
Yeah,
might
she
have
was
put
shopping.
That
Yeah.
she might have went and put on a credit card
She
or
did.
something.
Put on a credit card. She spent $3,000.
It sounds like you're accusing me of something, David.
Well,
She spent $3,000 at Home Goods. Put it on the credit card. What?
yeah. I noticed that you got new cookie cutters. Mm-hmm. I noticed you got a lot of new Tupperware. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that you got a cat clock. Mm-hmm. You know, where the eyes go back and forth.
One for the living room and the bedroom.
Yeah. I noticed it was a big shopping spree out of nowhere. And then I noticed that Tammy started reading an email very quickly, and you were the last one to say, oh, what's that say at the top of the photo? And I know that you aren't that good at technology, so you wouldn't have the wherewithal to crop out a photo that says Baby Joe Dirt from the movie at the very top of the photo. I think Crystal, with the email in the podcast studio, is guilty, and I saw the game of Clue.
Did you do that, Crystal? I know she didn't do
She
it.
knows I didn't do that.
She don't do stuff like that.
She's not answering the question. She just said she knew that I wouldn't do that.
She
She
don't do
can't
stuff
look
like
in my eyes right now and swear on our podcast that you didn't send that email, because I bet you would not put your hand in, and I bet you would not look us in the eyes and tell us that you didn't send that email, because I think you did send that email. Everything rides on this moment right here, right now, and we'll repeat after you, but she's not putting it down on me yet. You just raised your hand up to her hand, because y'all always are trying to conspire against Dave Gunther. Quit raising your hand like it's some Ouija board parlor trick shit, and I'm getting pissed right now.
There is no way.
I said you got to look at me for this one.
I don't open my eyes during the
She
pledge.
keeps them closed.
She still is not touching my hand. You can't do it, can you?
All right, ready?
You can't do it.
There is no way that I went to Home Goods and irresponsibly spent $3,000 and then later had buyer's regret and thought, let me think of a good plan that can cover all my bases. So I did not create an email, very elaborate email, about how someone nutted in someone else's mouth, then resulted in a pregnancy, and then demanded $3,000, which just so happens to be cheaper than any DNA test out there. I also did not Google shot pictures of Joe Dirt from the famous movie Joe Dirt and included in an email as an attachment. I absolutely did not go to the little paper clip in the email and attach a photo of a screenshot. On three, I didn't do it. 1, 2, 3. I didn't do it.
Did your arm start burning during the pack?
My arms was burning.
My arm was burning because it was such a long pack, but I had to get my case out there. If I was at a court of law and I had the defense team and the prosecuting attorneys on my back saying, where were you on the night when this email was created? And because I had just put my hand on a Bible, would not be able to say any lies.
Trailer Tales.
When left to your own devices, it feels easier to hit the drive-thru than to cook at home. I know I do that a lot. That's why Factor is here to make life way easier with no prep, no mess meals.
Listen, all you gotta do is pop them in the microwave or put it on a skillet and you're good to go, okay? With dozens of meal options to choose from every week, there's always something new and delicious to try.
Just thinking about it's got me salivating. I love their pork chops. I love their chicken. I love their pastas. I love just about every dish from Factor. That's some real talk right there. And I love their smoothies and their juices. And I've tried pretty much all of them because I get Factor all the time.
You can even choose meals that fit your specific lifestyle choices. They got keto options, high protein meals, vegan and vegetarian and low-cal options for people that are trying to drop a few pounds.
Head to factormeals.com/trailer50 and use code trailer50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month.
That's code trailer50 at factormeals.com/trailer50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. That's a deal from Factor Meals.
Let's just state the obvious. Okay, nobody wants to go into the bedroom feeling like they're not going to perform like Dave. Before you try a prescription with a bunch of side effects or just go take whatever ED pill you can find at the gas station, try Joy Mode.
Joy Mode Sexual Performance Booster is an all-natural, science-backed solution to increase blood flow, firmness, stamina, and performance. It comes in a little packet that you mix with water, drink it up 45 minutes before you hit in the sheets, and see the results for yourself.
I think it was the firmest I've been in my entire life with Joy Mode. I could hang laundry off my crotch, it was so strong. It's small enough to fit in your wallet. The Joy Mode, not my wiener. So you can use it whenever and wherever you need it.
Go to usejoymode.com and get 20% off with code TRAILER. That's 20% off and free shipping with code TRAILER at usejoymode.com.
Great sex, solved naturally. I repeat, great sex, solved naturally.
I'm throbbing just hearing you say that.
What I'm trying to say is, no, I did not create an email.
I believe you. I believe her.
And if you think I would go in so far as to make an email and put screenshots to blackmail you for $3,000 of some money that I may or may not have overspent, I didn't do it, David. And I think if I look at the jury of my peers, they'll see that I didn't do it.
Yeah, they'll see right past that.
There's not really a jury over that. I was just pretending. If I looked over and did one of these at them,
They'll see right past
and
that.
if I was the courtroom artist sketching right now, I'd draw a lady that was fucking guilty.
they don't determine guilt. All they do is draw pictures, and terrible ones.
I would draw the picture, and then I would just put guilty.
Well,
underneath.
you'd be different. That's not how they do it.
Well, that's maybe not why I work in the court of law.
And that's maybe why you're not a courtroom artist. Because you're a good artist. Courtroom artist, terrible. A child could draw those drawings. You're a
The
good
lady
artist.
was named Courtney, not Crystal.
Oh, another C name? Very interesting.
It was Courtney.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's two different names. Her name's Crystal.
Crystal was at the Olive Garden that day. She would know that I went to the bathroom to get that BJ. She's the only one in this room that would know that 6 years ago. I forgot about it. I told her about it that day, but I haven't thought about it in years.
The thing that's interesting to me is that you have a disabled child that you have disowned. That's what we need to focus on. Not on me.
That is what we need to focus on out of everything.
You're trying to make me look like the bad guy. You have how old did they say the child was? 6?
Don't act like you don't know because you didn't write that shit.
A 6-year-old child has lived their life without their daddy. You know, that child sits outside in their wheelchair and saying, "Daddy, where are you? Daddy, where are you?"
And guess what?
And you are right here.
I'm
podcasting.
gonna let that fake wheelchair rust in the rain because I'm never coming home to see that imaginary child.
Well, no, because you're going to get $3,000 and send it to the Courtney so they can get a carport so the child doesn't get sunburnt. Your disabled, sunburnt child sitting outside.
I just had to read that.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you found that. Hey, guess what? Bubble bursted. Thank you. All right? Yeah, you really shifted my mood. You happy now, Tammy?
Well, now you're a little too low. I need to bring you back up.
Okay.
Got a little bit of good news for you.
Oh.
What?
Our podcast has not only been climbing the charts, we are now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, the #1 podcast in the world. We are topping Joe Rogan.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Does Joe Rogan know about that?
#1 podcast in the world. Thanks to our lovely listeners and watchers. All the hard work you've been putting into this podcast, it's paid off. It's #1 in the world. I knew that brighten you up a little bit.
I knew we could do it.
Yeah.
I knew if we put our mind to it, we could accomplish anything.
Yeah. I'm lying. I did lie to you. But it is climbing the charts. We're not #1 yet. But I just said that to you so you could see what it could feel like.
Damn.
Feels good, don't it?
I feel like shit again. What
No.
the fuck are you doing to me today?
No,
Why
you-
do you keep lying to me and then...
You were high. You got low. You went back up here. Now you're halfway where you should be.
Man,
Where you should be. Medium.
I got an endorphin rush and everything from that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who didn't get an endorphin rush? Your disabled child.
Okay, quit bringing up this fake imaginary child. I don't want to look like that guy. There's going to be people in the comments that are going to start commenting, Dave, you need to take care of your child. It's going to spread like wildfire.
Your disabled child.
But you know what? I will say this.
Sorry, baby.
If the child was real, and I really believe this, if the disabled child was real, and you really were the biological father, I know damn well not only would you send that $3,000, but you'd be there for that kid, checking on him, creating a relationship with him, going to school functions. I know you'd be that type of dad.
Getting matching boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know you'd be that type of dad.
Yeah.
I don't want to, come down on your nutsack and just pound it completely.
You know what would happen if it actually was my child?
Mm-hmm.
I would go and see them sitting in the wheelchair, and I'd look down at his feet, and I'd see that they're flat, and I'd look at his mom, and I'd go, is it like me? Just like from Forrest Gump, when he asked if his child has AIDS,
Yeah.
is he like me?
And you'd say, oh, he got a daddy named Forrest too? You gotta say that part.
Does he have a daddy named Forrest too?
That could be y'all's relationship if you emailed Courtney back.
What is the email address that is attached to it?
That's not important.
What is the email
What's
address?
important is I just want to address the people for a minute. If you think that David has a disabled child that he has neglected, you don't need to look at that. Let us know in the comments.
This says crystalbot3000 at AOL.com.
And that is Crystal's email address.
Crystalbot3000.
That is not my email.
What's your email?
BingoLover1952 at AOL.com.
Oh, that's...
Why is she side-eyeing me? Everything she says.
Yeah, that's not her. Her email is bingolover1952 at AOL.com. I know that.
Then why is that email address crystalbot3000 at AOL.com?
Somebody created a fake AOL account to try to extort me now.
She's a victim too. Here's what I think. Somebody out there watching happened to just slip across the podcast where we're talking about when we got scammed. And they're thinking, oh, look at them. 3 idiots that are prone to get scammed. If it happens once, it'll happen again. So not only are they setting you up, they're setting her up. And I'm involved because I'm on the podcast.
And anytime somebody puts not a scam in an email, guess what? It's probably going to be a scam.
Now, do you feel bad for thinking it was her?
I'm still not entirely convinced that it's not her.
It's not. It was somebody that saw the podcast on the web and thought they could get away with scamming us.
Then I apologize.
Because everybody knows you don't have $3,000.
Oh, I know.
Okay? So if we had to come up with that, damn well, me and Crystal would have to chime in for part of the $3K. So they're trying to get all of us. And they're trying to use you to get it.
Because I'm the purest one.
The most gullible.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, well, guess what, guys? We are not getting scammed again. We got scammed once, and that's it. We are not getting scammed again. So no more emails saying, try to scam us. We're not dumb.
Scam us once, shame on us. Scam us twice,
You.
Yep. Fuck you for trying to scam us again.
Crystal, you really held it together being accused like that.
Well, it's not my first time of being accused. I've been accused many times, and it's my integrity that saves me in the end.
Yeah.
It is very suspicious. I'll admit that I spent a lot of money at Home Goods.
$3,000. Exactly.
It's almost exactly to the dot. And then in the email it said, "Oh, we need $3,000." And it was strange they threw the thing about the strip mall because that's what happened to us.
Yeah.
Like, where would they get that idea?
They watched.
Very suspicious. It does. But sometimes things align like that, Am I innocent? Yes. Do you have a disabled child that you neglected? I don't know if this is real or not.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of it, and I'm glad we got to the bottom of it on camera.
For proof.
For proof, and so people will know we're not getting scammed again.
Yeah.
So I know the scammer that emailed is watching right now. You thought you was getting a $3,000 Walmart check.
Yeah, you've been debunked.
You're not getting nothing.
You've been Archie debunked right here.
I'm glad we got that on camera. Because I was going to bring that up to you off camera. Because I thought maybe that's private. And I thought, no. If you have a baby from a blowjob, that's got to be on camera. People got to know about that.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand.
People want to know about stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you have a disabled child that you've neglected, people want to know
People
about
want to
that.
know about that.
Because they're going to form their opinions about you based on something like that.
Yeah, but the opinion's good. You're a great guy. There is no disabled child.
Okay, thank you.
That you neglected. There isn't.
Right.
Crystal, the more you keep saying it, the more that some people might be at the gym or doing something else where they're not fully listening to the podcast or they're not fully watching the podcast. And then all of a sudden, they just think that I have a neglected child because you've said it at least 13 times.
Not just a neglected child. Let's be clear. A disabled, neglected child.
She's pretty clear on that. So,
Regardless, we love you.
yeah.
And even if you are a deadbeat dad that has neglected a disabled child, we would still love you.
She just
and
said
support you.
hypothetically. Hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically.
You're not, but if you were,
Y'all are going to love the debate topic today.
what is it?
What is it?
Coffee versus tea.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it? Do y'all like coffee more or tea more?
Well,
Easy.
we got to be Pacific here. Okay? Because are we talking about nasty, hot British royalty tea where it's in the little thing and you put the tea bag in there with the honey and stuff? Or are we talking a big jug of ice cold sweet tea? Southern sweet tea.
I think that you're fighting for the rights of tea all across the board.
Okay.
But it goes for the same for coffee across the board. So we're not talking just
Okay.
black coffee hot in the morning. We're talking a
lattes.
cappuccino. We're
Okay.
talking,
Ice drinks.
a frappuccino.
Well, I will say this. I'm not a regular everyday morning coffee drinker. I'm not. Now, I like the occasional coffee, but a big old jug of sweet tea, gets me throbbing. I don't want to eat my dinner without a half gallon of sweet tea. I just don't. Now, I'm sitting there, I got chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, green beans, and a half jug of sweet tea. You think I'm thinking about a cappuccino in that moment? Tea. I vote tea. Tea.
Crystal, what do you vote for?
I can't believe you picked tea. I'm going to vote coffee, and here's my reasoning. For me, it's very simple. Hot coffee, hot tea. Those are my things. And as far as I'm concerned, as an American citizen, I'm not drinking tea. Because if you remember correctly, back in the day when the British came over with their tea, what did we do? We threw it in the water to say, we're having a separation of church and state, separation of England and us. We are a new nation, and you can take your tea and you can shove it up your
ass.
So I won't drink hot tea. I'll drink sweet tea. But you won't catch me sitting down saying, oh, let's have a hot toddy.
No.
Because I remember, I wasn't there, but I remember the way England was like, you can't worship this guy, or you can't eat this or that. We told them by throwing their tea in the ocean that there were a nation of one. Americans, not British, and we no longer will drink tea hot.
Yeah. What she said.
Well, considering both of those stories, I think I might have to be Team T on this one.
Yes. Okay, explain why.
Because tea is the only one out of the two that has made me feel better when I'm sick. I put some honey.
Yeah.
I put some lemon in some tea. Sometimes it's mint. Sometimes it's just, I mean, I know you don't like the hot tea as much. You're more the sweet tea. But if we're just going off of Crystal's hot only, I'm going to go with tea. Because it has replenished me, and it has made me feel way better when I've been sick years after years after years, and time after time after time.
Okay. I never thought about that, but you're right. I'm still sticking with my jug of sweet tea.
If you're sick and you're not feeling good on me, just drink some tea. If you have a stuffed up nose and it's so runny, just drink some tea.
If you were false accused of knocking a girl up,
Just drink some tea.
If you have a disabled child that you neglected,
Just drink some tea. If you lied about having a different email, just drink some tea.
Do you think that I know how to create an extra email on AOL.com?
Just drink some tea. It was the same website. If it was different, then it might be different. Just drink some tea.
You got a point there.
Just drink some tea.
that was beautiful.
It was. And people like when we sing.
They love
They
it.
love it. They love it.
People really like it when we sing on this show.
Especially when we make up our own songs.
Yeah. Banger after banger.
Right. Right. We better go copyright that song before POD takes it. Makes it a banger.
Well, man.
Don't think y'all are going to take that song from us. We're copywriting it.
I mean, they would add some balls to it.
They'd make it so good.
Oh.
We are drinkers of iced tea.
We are drinkers of iced tea.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's cool.
That was really cool.
That was good. That was good, Crystal.
Good times.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was really nice.
Good times.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not mad at me. I feel like you feel some type of way at me right now because of that email that was not sent by me.
I know, but I was feeling a certain way for a while because
I did the counter, and it was around 28 times where you said disabled, neglected child. So I did.
What do you have, an umpire thing where you click it?
I have a little clicker in my pocket, like when I count people, like entering a room, like at a restaurant for capacity for fire codes. Because I used to do that. I used to work for a little bit. I used to work as the guy who would be like a health inspector, and I would like click different things. It's like, okay, you've got 30 sandwiches here. Okay, that employee washed their hands 2 times on this shift. It was one of my weird jobs I had. I also worked at UPS for a while, but then I got fired.
For what?
I made too many package jokes, and it got back to HR.
You have to if you're working.
That's my thing.
Come on.
That's my thing. I made too many package jokes, and finally, like, the wrong person heard one, and then they're like, Dave, in my office immediately.
Come on.
I might, one of these days, I might even wear, I think I still have my old UPS uniform. I might just wear it on the show just to spite them. Just to spite them, I might wear it.
I love a man in a uniform.
Really?
She does.
Yes.
She does.
You show up here in a UPS uniform, I might likely to sit on your lap and smash your dick. In a good way, not smash it beyond comprehension.
Smash it in her.
Oh, because I was afraid that you wanted to obliterate it.
No, it just means like, I'm going to smash your dick, but not in a bad way.
Oh, I thought you wanted to smash it to pieces, and I got scared for a second.
I couldn't do that. You'd pass away, then you wouldn't have anybody take care of your disabled child.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching the episode today. It flew by.
It really did.
I mean, we fought most of the episode,
Yeah.
but
This was the fight episode.
yeah, it was. We did fight,
But we made up.
We made up because you know what?
No matter what, no matter how bad we fight, or how bad we lie, or how bad we don't take care of kids we have out there, we will always remain friends. Friends on 3. 1, 2, 3, friends.
I'm glad you didn't make the pack disabled,
No.
neglected child on 3. Thank you for that. And that's called growth right there.
Yeah.
Thank you for liking and commenting and subscribing. And like we said last couple of weeks, we got new merch out. If you haven't got it yet, what are you doing?
Come on now. Get you some new merch. All right. We love you. All the links will be down below. If you're listening, check out our Instagrams and stuff. And we love you. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.
Banger.
Trailer Tales.